Red Dead Redemption 2 is widely known as one of the best games of modern times, and since the game released on PC in November of 2019, I've been waiting for the right time to replay it, so I can give an honest review and determine if the game still lives up to the hype it received a year and a half after release. And well, if you for some reason haven't played this game yet and are wondering if you should buy it, this video is for you. The game starts in 1899, towards the end of the Wild West era. The protagonist, Arthur Morgan, is a gunslinger in a gang of outlaws on the run from the police and the civilized world itself. Arthur is truly an incredible character. He's a charismatic and smooth-spoken cowboy who goes from a loyal and bloodthirsty outlaw to a caring and honorable man by the end of the story. You can really tell by the end of the story that Arthur sees life differently, and he really starts to care for the well-being of everyone in the camp, which is a sympathy he definitely didn't have at the beginning of the story. Depending on the speed in which you play the game, the story will take you about 40 to 60 hours, and there is never a dull moment. The main story alone is around 30 to 35 hours, but that hardly means anything since you will be constantly distracted and find yourself engaging in Red Dead's incredible side content. The mission variety is incredible, and Rockstar did a fantastic job of mixing in some very intense and suspenseful gunfights with peaceful and immersive tasks like fishing, cooking, drinking, or doing chores. The game also features some incredibly well done supporting characters like Dutch Vanderland, who basically goes in the opposite direction of Arthur, as Dutch goes from a caring and inspiring leader to untrustworthy and immoral psychopath. It is made very clear at the beginning of the game that Dutch has a code and that he's not just any outlaw, which he definitely loses sight of later on in the game as survival becomes even more challenging. There are some other great characters in the game that all have their own personal connection with Arthur and could each have a Red Dead Redemption game of their own. There is Sadie Adler, who becomes good friends with Arthur, and she is very entertaining to watch, and finding out more about her past and motivations was really interesting. There is also John Marsden, who was the protagonist of Red Dead Redemption 1, and I thought he was also very well done in this game. We get to see John in a different light and find out what led up to his situation in Red Dead 1, and we often see him struggle between being an outlaw or a family man. Micah Bell was another really well done character, as he was the more traditional outlaw who just wanted to rob and kill everyone in sight, and Micah actually plays quite a large role in the story, which was unexpected in the best way possible. There are also some fun characters like Lenny, Charles, and Uncle that just make doing missions more fun and enjoyable as you learn a little bit of what each character is like and where they came from and what the gang means to them. The epilogue to Red Dead Redemption 2 is equally as deep and interesting, and some parts may have been more enjoyable than the main story. I don't want to spoil what the epilogue is about just in case you haven't played the game yet, but just know that once you finish the main story, you are still about 5 hours from the actual end of the game. And the epilogue has great content, and how many games can you say that about? Red Dead Redemption 2's story is Rockstar's best written and creative story to date, and it had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. And even once I finished the story, there were still hours of post-game content still waiting for me. Red Dead Redemption 2's gameplay is also very impressive with grounded and satisfying gunplay. The weapons handle really nicely and they look and sound fantastic. The sound of chambering a bullet is extremely satisfying, and the twang the guns make when they fire feels great. There's a nice variety of pistols, rifles, and shotguns to purchase, and you can all customize them with different metals and engravings, making each gun feel very unique. You can also customize your outfit to make Arthur look exactly how you want, with a large variety of hats, shirts, jackets, pants, boots, and other accessories. Once you reach the part of the story in Saint Denis, you can also get a haircut at the barber to make your cowboy even more unique. I love the inclusion of a hunger system in which you need to eat food to regain health, along with using tonics which you can either purchase or loot from enemies. There are many different kinds of tonics that can help you increase your stamina, health, or Deadeye meter, which brings me to one of my favorite features in the game, the Deadeye. Deadeye is a great feature to have in the game, especially when your shootouts are getting hectic, as you can use your Deadeye as a way to slow down, survey, and prioritize which enemies you want to take out. Your Deadeye also progresses throughout the game, where you can unlock manual targeting, which makes it even stronger. The stealth missions in this game are also extremely fun, with the knife and bow being realistic along with being very fun to use. You will often have a choice of being stealthy or going loud, and you are rewarded for being successful in stealth, as it is much easier than just running in guns blazing. You can do so many fun tasks to kill time in this game, like hunting, fishing, playing games like poker, or even antagonizing people into a fist fight or quick draw. I spent hours on end just doing side content and not even getting bored. This game does an excellent job of giving the players plenty of content to play without making it too bloated or overwhelming. There are no weak spots in Red Dead Redemption 2's gameplay, and it perfectly complements the era and story that is laid out. With such good story and gameplay, it is no surprise that Red Dead Redemption 2's open world is outstanding. There are so many different environments and towns to explore. There is the busy and grimy modern city of Saint Denis, the more western style towns like Valentine and Strawberry, huge plantations in places like Rhodes. There are also swamps, snowy mountains, forests, jungles, and even the tropical island of Guarma. That looked fantastic. The visuals in Red Dead Redemption 2 are still up there with some of the best graphics ever, and there were just so many moments where I was just in awe of how beautiful the world's texture and lighting looked. Whether it was the god rays shining through the trees of a forest or the moon casting a silver light on the dirt roads, the lighting in this game is really something to behold. I also recommend turning off your HUD, which gives you an insane level of immersion and allowing you to really feel like a cowboy in the Wild West living out your childhood dreams. If you at this point need any more reason to buy this game, then I don't know what to tell you. This game is still one of the best games I have ever played, and definitely still worth your money in 2020. And if you are wondering why I didn't bring up any negatives about this game, that is because there truly is none. I mean, I spent hours just trying to find something wrong with this game, and to no avail. This game really does live up to the hype, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. This review was made on PC, but obviously this game is just as amazing on console. Thank you all so much for watching, and let me know your opinion on Red Dead Redemption 2 and if this video helped you decide to buy the game or not. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and other than that, that'll be all from me, so goodbye and have a great day.